for coming. I'm so glad to see all of you. My name is Miss Jimmy. I am the Youth Services Librarian here at Colleton County Memorial Library, and I have the honor of introducing our guest tonight. Gonna read it from here. Marquetta L. Goodwine is a published author, computer scientist, lecturer, mathematician, historian, columnist, preservationist, environmental justice advocate, environmentalist, film consultant, and the artivist. She is the founder of the premier advocacy organization for the continuation of Gullah Geechee culture, the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition. Queen Quet has not only provided histo-musical presentations throughout the world, but was also the first Gullah Geechee person to speak on behalf of her people before the United Nations in Genevieve, Switzerland. Queen Quet was one of the first of 7 inductees into the Gullah Geechee Nation Hall of Fame. She received the Anointed Spirit Award for her leadership and for being a visionary. In addition to many other honors, in 2021, Governor Henry McMaster presented Queen Quet with the highest honor given to a citizen of South Carolina. Queen Quet received the Order of the Palmetto Award for the work that she has done for her home state, especially in protecting and continuing the Gullah Geechee culture. Queen Quet was selected, elected, and installed by her people to be the first Queen Mother and official spokesperson for the Gullah Geechee Nation. As a result, she is respectfully referred to as Queen Quet, Chieftess and Head of State for the Gullah Geechee Nation. If you'll all please stand so we can welcome back Queen Quet to Colleton County Memorial Library.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, but and before we be on a slave, we gonna be buried with graves and going home till we go and be free. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, body. And before I realize I want to be buried in my grave. I want home to my God and be free. Oh, I thank God I am alive and He's still enough to be free. Sure, freedom ain't been a claim. But I rely on that. Act like your hand broke, your throat broke, can't crack your teeth tall and things like that. So, all these young ladies, these young children, I do all kind of things ain't nobody ask them to do. Won't vex my nerve early this evening. Because I know your eye work. I know your eye work. One circle. The other rest of the people back of yonder will let we know. Let the circle be unbroken. But the first thing people want to do, be out trouble. You don't want to be in this circle. And that's what the people say, why you? So I say, come here, see all the cheer there? They don't want to shit. If you ain't had none, they will actually cheer. Anything you can give them, then they'll try box up and that boy did it. And what did it? Then for us to know what people going through, forget them then. All of this your time. 100 years we done been here. This your place now. The other rest of people that walk with them on coalition place. Carolina. Red was South Carolina. South Carolina. When they first start to change them, all this shit will be checker. They call them Carolina. One on this place. And they been on the north and the south. All again. They won't hold together anything like that. And tall one, yeah, they walk together chilling. One no, have a split something up. Because as the older people say, oh, because hold on, you must have. So that is the thing we're going on now. We have opportunity for coming together. You ain't a tech none. You're throwing away. But then, if people don't have nothing to talk, then you would have said, why don't I have nothing for we come together? You see? And then we have things where you come together and stay together. You ain't gonna do that. So the people stop doing it. And they say, come together. It's stronger when you're there together. Like us in a circle. Because when you're there, you can feel all the energy when they're in a circle. It's young. You can look for them. This year is weird. And I'll keep Gullah and we learn how to do it. That's why when we ancestors, we get you in that bush harbor and that brush harbor and things, praying newborn in the wilderness. And going back on them, all in the prayer's house and things. When they started shouting into this year. A shouting into this year. A shout noise they go around like this year. So what I see up there? What I see up there, children? What I see up there? Great God, Lord have mercy. Jesus help me with this. What wrong? What is? Circle. And what is? Say it. A line. Somebody else said it with an S. What is it? Straight. And somebody said the N word. Nothing. Somebody said nothing. Well, ain't a nothing, quite nothing. But I get why you said it. Because when you did that, come on down, y'all. Come on down, lady. Come right there. Come on. Come right there. Come right there. There we go. Y'all know how you do. Y'all a church on man. Y'all know how to usher. We don't want down this. Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for being obedient. Okay, appreciate you. So now, somebody said nothing. Ain't nothing. It sure is a straight line. But a straight line don't do what a circle do. You see? Because now, I can have, let me tell you something here. Come here. Come right. Okay. Come right. Let me see what else. Come right. Okay. Now, let me do like we've been a do when we've been her age and maybe a little bit of her age if it ain't been a smelly stuff by then y'all know right. Okay, so now you should do things like this, y'all. Right? And what y'all used to say? Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy, ashes, we all fall down. Right? Okay, but the key is we. Right? The key is we. Now, you stay here. You go right there. Look right behind the line. Okay. And you come right there behind the line. Now, you keep your head straight in the line. Now, what can you see?
Only what's in front of you.
Right.
Your back.
Her back. Okay. And you said only what's in front of you, but what is in front of you?
Her back or
her back or her head. All right, now if I stand here, what do you do? You see the back of my head. But when you were sitting in the circle, what could you see? Everyone, and they could see you. So you see, when the person said nothing, I understand why they said nothing, because it's almost like you can't see nothing.
Yeah.
Anybody who you drive a get behind them truck in.
Yeah.
Because why? You can't see. But you can see. But you just see in the back of the truck.
Right.
But you can't see in the distance. Right? Thank y'all. Appreciate you. So, the circle allows you not only to see in the distance, because we don't see one more in young, but red of us, we see this shit thing called Sankofa. Go back and fetch it. If one had to know where 100 a day from, 100 ain't going nowhere, 100 blind. You get to look forward, go right forward while you look back. So you can hold up and what be back of you while you're going forward. But if you ain't first know what be there back, you're tall, you ain't got nothing for bringing to the circle. Nothing. You see? So if you ain't know who you do, What can you bring that we in this city? Nothing. But culture widens a circle. I ain't bring them this evening because I don't fish any fresh water and things like that. I ain't bring no cast net up here. But now I wish I did. So that I could have cast so y'all could have seen. Cast net, if it don't open into the circle, you ain't gonna have nothing for now. You will not eat a thing if your cast net don't open. Okay? So, just about everything in our cosmology is native Gullah Geechees, from Jacksonville, North Carolina to Jacksonville, Florida, encompassing all the sea islands and 30 to 35 miles inland initially was based on indigenous and African traditions of circular behavior. But in Europe, things are linear. That's why when I came in here, there was lines of chairs. And that disturbed my soul. Because I didn't want it to be nothing. I didn't want you to come in here and look in the back of somebody's head. I wanted you to see we're all connected. You see? Because when you're in the circle, if I come and throw something in this circle like this here, what do you think happened to him?
It'll go around.
It'll go, thank you, and a child shall lead them. Say it louder.
It'll go around.
It'll go around. Now, I'm a mathematician and a computer scientist, okay? So what I learned over the years, there's a statement, what goes around, what now?
Comes around.
But what they don't say is sometimes it doesn't gain momentum. And I know y'all old enough to know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So, in other words, if I come, and I ain't trying to be no manners to no elder, but if I come and for no reason I do this shit to her, right? Yeah. But by the time I go outside, a tree limb hit me. Now I hooping and hollering, hey! Y'all a tree on me! I didn't think about pushing her. Yeah? So, what we call momentum, it gains more energy essentially, gains more power as it goes around. It don't come back necessarily with the same impact that it started. So by the time it get back here, boom, it's not that like it started, you see? So you have to think about everything that you put out in your circle. Whether your circle is your household, whether your circle is your community, whether your circle is in gatherings when you enter, what energy are you ushering into that circle when you come? So that's why y'all ever been only me, and sometimes you at a place and everybody feel good, everybody happy, dog, and things like that, you having a good time, and then there's one somebody coming in. See y'all laugh, who y'all are laughing? I ain't gonna say the rest, who y'all are laughing? What I'm about to say, go on finish it. Come on now. What I'm about to say, there you go. I'm about to say, y'all know the statement. What about the apples?
Spoil the bunch.
One apple spoil the whole bunch, you see. I used to hear and know that all the people in the talk about tell one time I been see apple. You know you left the apple on the table and things like that. You know how you go to all the people's house and apple did it and leave orange and things like that, and then they leave hard candy and they for church be sometime mixing with them and things like that, and then you might have one apple and they have one little door on it. But you ain't want that one. See, once you pick that one up, you see that door, you put them down as a child, and then you pick up the good shiny one. They want this one young. But now you left that one, now 2 days later you going back, all got door in them. That one I realized, they ain't been to just say that right on so. One bad apple did spoil the whole bunch. Maybe if I had took the dotted one out, the rest might have stayed shiny longer. But that one brought that energy in there. You see? And changed the entire atmosphere. So imagine if you continue to think that way. That if you the Debbie Downer, you the slap rock. Now you still, see y'all laughing because some of y'all older than me, y'all know who slap rock is. Okay, you the slap rock. You coming in there with the cloud over your head. Okay, you come in the room. If you know that, you stay home. get that from off you, go in the prayer closet. Let's stay home. Lest you go into somebody's place where they can help you. Pray that thing home. But don't bring them in there for pass them around. You see what I mean? And sometimes you might feel like that thing trying to get on you, but if you come in there and in spite of it all say, good evening everybody, how y'all doing? Right? After a while, everybody will be, well, goodness, this person got some energy, well, good evening to you. Right? You know what I'm saying? So after a while, you keep hearing good, 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 good. That's the energy that starts filling the space. So that's why we was raised to say, man, is what take on it with money can. That's right. So they would tell you, say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And if the person is your elder or somebody with a title in the community, you put a handle on their name. And when I learned with the handle on the name, ma'am, sir, Mr., Mrs., Ms., principal, doctor, queen, I said, you know what? That's right. Because even, do I still drink out to this day? Okay? I drink out the mason jar, but the one with the handle on it. All right, with the handle on it. Because one day, I realized, I said, come on, you holding up my program. Come on to the seat. I tell you to sit in. Okay, so now, we just up a minute. So, here it is. That we got extra chairs, sir. We don't need no extra chair. They just need to be obedient and sit in the chair I asked y'all to sit in, please. Come on. It's a seat there. It's a seat there. It's seats left. Come on. All right? So now, that's the thing. Is that mason jar that I got, and it kind be jarring with the food for now, huh? It kind you can drink out. So it come on through, you all right? So it got a handle. So now a handle on anything help you do what with it? Hold it and lift it. So after a while I realized why them people didn't say so. They put a handle upon it in. Because when we do that, we lift the person. Rather than you lift the whole community. But when you will strip the people of the handle, then and if them got the problem, then you got the problem. You see? Because if it hurts you for giving another person respect, and that person's problem, that's your problem. And so when we just study about that thing this year month, what's this month here?
Black History Month.
Thank you. Say them aloud again.
Black History Month.
Black History Month. Who founded Black History Month?
Prodigy Woodson. No?
See, you just messed up just now.
No?
You just messed up just now. It's not Mr., but it's
Doctor.
Let's go.
Doctor.
Doctor. Carter, but perfect.
Yes. Mr.
That's a
Handle.
perfect example, right?
Absolutely.
Left his handle on. You see? And if anybody, we need to be lifted during February in the United States every year, during October in Europe every year, is Dr. Carter G. Woodson, the founder of the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, which is now called the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, that we call ASALH. Now, we ain't gonna check nobody's ID or their birth certificate or nothing. But I just assuming, which I don't normally do, some people that had at least my age. So you remember, it wasn't a month. When we started celebrating at first, when Dr. Carter G. Woodson and his organization started, it was a what? A week. Thank you, ma'am.
It was Negro History Week.
Thank you, ma'am. It was Negro History Week. Now, I see your boyfriend over here sitting here trying to look at me on the low. I ain't giving with my age, but he giving me the signal. My brother, he giving me that look like, week. Now I got one. Let me see, y'all so smarty pants in y'all. The week was founded between the birthdays of two people. Who were those two people?
George Washington and Abraham Lincoln.
Not George Washington.
President Lincoln. And,
Oh, no, yeah.
She said Abraham, but thank you for the handle. So let's put it all together. It is President Abraham Lincoln and
Dr. Frederick Douglass.
so Frederick Douglass wasn't a doctor.
No.
I appreciate that. Frederick Douglass, the great orator Frederick Douglass. So we give him his title, and his handle would be the great orator Frederick Douglass. Okay? So Frederick Douglass, why him?
Someone that he
For what, for instance? What might he have admired about him?
He was an abolitionist.
He was an abolitionist. So, what is an abolitionist? Yes. Is your hand up? All right, I'm gonna let you slide. Anybody on this side? What's an abolitionist?
Someone who doesn't believe in slavery, who believes everybody should be free.
There. Someone who believes everybody should be free to a certain extent. I'm going to add that. The reason I'm going to add that is because as they was calling us back then, Negro abolitionists, the black abolitionists, the abolitionists who were the people like Frederick Douglass who had been previously enslaved but now had taken their freedom, they had self-emancipated, right? They wanted everybody to be free. They wanted full freedom for everybody. They wanted what people are still fighting for to this moment, equality as human beings. But there's a clause that they teach us about in history class. I'm going to call on you, sir. What's that clause that you think I'm thinking about that don't make people whole? Where everybody's not whole, there's one set of people.
Right.
What's that clause? It's called a blank compromise.
Oh,
I stunned you, see? I got him stoned because he didn't expect to get called on. But you supposed to be prepared for class. You know me. They might not, but you do. You were supposed to be prepared for class. I got him that time. We known each other almost 30 years, so I got him that time. All right. What is it? No. Think numerically.
3/4.
Not quarters, but got it. A girl, you redeem yourself. Oh, your mommy cheated? Oh, you said it louder. Oh, got it. Come on, I'm scared. Mom, I'm gonna need you to go and say it with your chest. Put it on her chest. Mom, I know, but cause she's saying, you supposed to say it, Mom. A child's a leader. Say it with your chest. It's okay. I know we're in the library, but that's why we gotta sit in this room way away from everybody else. You know, Queen Quet come, ain't no quiet. Okay. So now, because I want everybody here, I want you to remember, I want you to learn the 3/5 compromise said that the black people, the Negro people who were enslaved, they said we weren't full humans. But as a mathematician, it's 5/5 that gives you 1. 3/5 gives you something that's missing 2 parts. I've asked people, tell me, if we weren't full humans, what's the other 2 parts? I asked my teachers that when they presented that to me in school. And I have yet to get an answer. Because God don't make nobody that's not whole. I don't care what we might think about him. God doesn't make anybody that's not whole. So, the reason I say that not all the people who went by the term abolitionists wanted everybody free is because they didn't. If you read their journals, you see that they'll say, yes, we want to help emancipate the black people, as they called us, the Negro people from enslavement, but then they didn't want them to be considered equal with them in society. So, is it not still slavery in some regard? If you don't think that I'm fully free to be a human being in totality and live the way I want to live, where I want to live, and express myself the way I want to, you have to tell me how to do it. So that's why in my community, people been cracking their teeth like they shouldn't think like that. The rest of people who been coming in and say they won't help me, but then we ain't asked for you come here. So then when they come here, y'all tell the video, we have control this your way. So a lot of people no longer speak fluent Gullah because somebody else thought they weren't human enough to determine what language that they ought to speak. But God gave us the language. So who are you to come say, my language is less than yours? My culture is less than yours. My community is less than yours. My religious practices, my spirituality is less than yours. God didn't say that. Amen. God didn't say he was no messenger for that. But human beings started making up these clauses, and it was intriguing to me, the word compromise. Because now you're compromising people's humanity. And you think you're compromising the humanity of people external to yourself, but you're compromising your own. Because who wants to be around people who ain't whole people? Who wants to be around people? They're trying to prevent you from catching a switch to go back outside your switch. they want you to come on in the circle. they know what's going on in the house. Absolutely. Okay. Hey, but you know he know about the switch because you saw how he got him away. He had a flashback real quick. He said that word. Oh, grandmama back. Yes. So that's the thing. Is they said they were helping to abolish slavery. But then the same people, when you read their writings in their journals, you read the things they wrote in abolitionist papers, when you had people like Frederick Douglass, you had, ma'am, you're supposed to put away your phone, you can't leave. There's no phone use during the presentation. Oh, I'm sorry. I know you can't leave, so it's all right, I'll let you slide. So here it is. What he's saying, no, we're human beings. When you have Sojourner Truth saying, ain't I a woman? She meant a whole human being as a woman. As we say, a woman. She wasn't going to be cattle. She wasn't going to be equal with these cows and horses and boots and cotton like she was when she was enslaved. She knew then that's not who God made her to be, and that's why she left. That's why Frederick Douglass left. But Frederick Douglass is this one bookend of this Negro History Week. You could understand why Dr. Carter G. Woodson, who is a black man, would say, oh, I want to honor when Frederick Douglass was born. I can get my week going then. But then, what about the President, Abraham Lincoln? Why would he incorporate him? You talk about the celebration of Negro history. Anybody have any idea? Why would Lincoln be part of this?
Emancipation Proclamation.
Say it.
The Emancipation Proclamation.
Because here it is, he proclaims a certain group of people free. Not everybody. You understand? So if you go back and read the Emancipation Proclamation, and we still have Emancipation Day celebrations every year in the Gullah Geechee Nation, and in particular in my county, Beaufort County, because the first time in history that the Emancipation Proclamation was ever read aloud and became the law of the land, it happened on Port Royal Island in the town of Port Royal in Beaufort, South Kakalaki. They had a celebration at what we call the Emancipation Oak, and then many people came across to my home island, St. Helena Island, and there was another oak tree where it was re-read, and it was another celebration. But that was not what Frederick Douglass had done. That was not what Sojourner Truth had done. They didn't wait for somebody else to proclaim them free. They self-emancipated, as I was saying, as people were entering. They picked up and left of their own volition. We'll say it that way. Because they knew they had, what we say, a right to the tree of life. You see? And Frederick Douglass was literate, where they say Sojourner Truth was not. but yet they both had vision, wisdom, knowledge, and what I like to say, overstanding, because we've been under too long time to be over something. So they both grasped that it's time to leave this, because nobody gonna just give it to us. And then it's those abolitionists that kept the pressure on the politicians, and then war started. So the document that she described is actually a document of war. It wasn't because he was being altruistic or he just loved the black people and I'm just gonna say I'm a freedom. No, it was a war strategy, the Emancipation Proclamation. Because the man, the black man that Frederick Douglass convinced them could and would fight for their freedom. Stop making them just build forts. These forts up and down from Charleston to Beaufort and all around the area. Our ancestors made every brick, laid every brick, put the palmetto trees. Do y'all, oh, y'all mind one? Yes, we do. What's that in the middle of that flag right there?
Palm tree.
Not palm, but palmetto. What is the palmetto to South Carolina? Why? See, everybody got quiet.
Because of the cannonballs at Fort Sumter.
Say it.
They bounced off when they were shot at Fort Sumter.
Right. And Fort Sumter is in Charleston. Okay? What we call Charleston now, Charlestown, South Kakalaki. That is also the place, the county in which Sullivan's Island exists, where 40% of all Africans enslaved in North America came through as Charleston, Chucktown. Okay, and so here it is. This fort is built at that time from palmetto trees. Before that, they were just using planks of wood to build these forts. Now you fire a cannon. You think a cannon is cool or hot? Hot, right? So if it's hot and you fire wood, what happened? It burns. It catch fire, it start burning, right? So they started realizing, hey, that's what we got to do. Shoot at the forts, right? And that means any soldier that's inside, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? He might die, he going to get out of there quick. One or the other, right? Because you ain't going to stay in the burning building. You're going to get out, so you're going to lose. You're going to die, you're going to lose. So, this particular time, though, they shot them cannonballs, and like she said, balls hit the palmetto, and what did it do?
Bounced off.
Bounced back. So it was almost like that ball was in our circle, right? Because what did I say happened? You put it out here, and it'll what?
Momentum grows.
The momentum grows, and she told us, it'll come back around, right? So they threw an energy out there. They sure didn't expect that energy to come back, though, right? But because of the strength that palmetto showed, that's why it became a banner of honor to say this is what South Carolina represents. We represent strength. So even when something come up against us, if it ain't supposed to get in, it ain't gonna get in. Instead, it's gonna bounce back. So we gotta be like that. Because always somebody trying to throw something negative at you. You don't even know that. They give you a side eye in the store. For no reason. For nothing, like we said earlier, for nothing. Right? You're looking like, I don't first know that person doing it. Right? What's the matter? But again, that could be just that Debbie Downer slip person. And now they got you distracted.
Misery loves company.
Huh?
Misery loves
Misery loves company. Yes, ma'am. So you let them be miserable over there. See, what I like to do, because them kind of people usually don't cut eye at you once. They usually cut an eye at you.
Make a noise.
And make noise or something. Or they come back around to cut from the other side, and that's when how you doing? See, you throw them off their game, man. That's right. How's your day going? Everything all right? They either gonna do that now or be like, oh. As the kids will say, busted, right? So, be that palmetto. They throw that energy out, make sure it springs back off. That's your strength. Make sure it springs back off. Make sure you show that same strength that Sojourner Truth had to have, that Frederick Douglass had to have. They had to leave their mama, their daddy, any of their family members, the people that they knew, the people in their circle, to run out there in the dark and didn't have a map. Ain't nobody had given them no directions. Ain't no GPS. Okay? Except God's prayers saved. And God's prayers saved them. And they got to places where there were other abolitionists who said, come in, I'll hide you. Come in, I'll help you. Come in, I'll feed you. Come in and spend some time with me right here in the circle. And the more they spent their time in the circle, they truly realized those Negro people, those black people are people. They're not items to be bought and sold. They're not just commodities. So when we are still here now, celebrating Black History Month, not just Negro History Week, that it evolved from Negro History Week to Negro History Month to Black History Month, and then it went from the United States to England, and they celebrated in October over there, while we celebrate in February here. I'm going to tell y'all, I made it a mission to go to England in October when I know I don't like the cold. Left nice, comfy, saying, hell no. Bundled up, going to England. I'm going to celebrate Black History Month, man. Got there, looking around, reading the paper. Can't find nothing. Ask folks, where in the world are y'all celebrating Black History? Well, you go to Brixton. I go, get on a bus. I'm by myself. Get on this bus, this city bus, ride all the way out, find this address, go in the building, and the people talking look like him. The whole panel. And the black people in the audience, and I was confused now. I said, maybe it's not the Black History Month program. Because in the United States, all the years I had been celebrating Black History Month, we couldn't get people that looked like him to come. And nobody was saying they couldn't attend. They just didn't attend. Because a lot of times, people don't think that if it's not about them, or not about their community, or not about their culture, that it's important. So, when I sit in a circle like this and can see all different kinds of cultures, all different kinds of people, all different ages of people, it's a blessing. And I know Carter G. Woodson is saying, thank God my living and work was not in vain. I'm sure Sojourner Truth is saying, thank God my living and work was not in vain. I'm sure Frederick Douglass is saying, thank God them brothers are in there. My living and work was not in vain. They are still speaking my name, and they are telling our story. Because Carter G. Woodson started the organization and the week because people acted like black people had never invented anything. They had never done anything. Meanwhile, they come from a continent called Africa, where they have discovered the oldest bones in the world of a woman ever. But instead of calling her Eve, they call her Lucy. Found her in Ethiopia. Okay? So here it is. Whenever they check back, they're like, well, this is the cradle of civilization. So why would you do something uncivilized as to take human beings and try to reduce them from the whole to a fraction of who they were? And then sell them alongside of this stuff. Anybody know what this is? Cotton. Cotton.
Yeah.
Now, what? Come on now, see, you jump ahead of the class. You jump ahead of the class. Now, go on, because I'm about to say to that, I gave you the name of where we live in the Gullah Geechee Nation a while ago, and it has the same name as the cotton. Go on, tell them.
C. Allen Cotton.
I love honor students. Yes. C. Allen Cotton. Can we all say C. Allen Cotton? Yeah. And the reason she made sure to put the handle on the cotton name is because the cotton picking truth is C. Allen Cotton is not the same as what they grow in the deep south. Sea Island cotton is akin to what we call Kemetic cotton or Egyptian cotton. It is a long, fine grain cotton. You see, where when you go down in Mississippi and Alabama, you have a shorter grain of cotton. You see? Now, Sea Island cotton was only one of 3 things called the cash crops. Now, 2 of the others are in the room, but I just want to see if anybody already know the answer besides you. You hush your mouth. Okay. Don't you raise your hand. You working. You excluded. Yes?
Rice? No.
Soybeans. Put your hand down. Don't you work it?
Rice, no.
What was the question?
What are the 3 cash crops? I need 2 more besides Sea Island cotton. She got a partial answer on the other side. What kind? Oh, you done cheated. You done cheated. They cheated. Do not grow up to be like them. Don't be cheated. They have a whole program called cheaters. I don't want to see you on them. They are bad influence. Now, what did they tell you the answer was?
Carolina cold rice.
No. That will happen when you cheat. You get the answer wrong. See? Play that game telephone. Now, you got it right this time?
No.
No, she's honest.
Soybeans.
No, that's a great answer, but not soybeans. They grow more of that in the deep south than we do. But come on. Look at her cheating. I know you're gonna help her. Go on, tell her. Ooh, that's always the guess people say, but it's not the right one. Tobacco would have been a cash crop in North Carolina, way up in inland. But for here in the Gullah Geechee Nation, come on, y'all, she gave you a partial answer. Go on, finish it.
Carolina gold rice.
Carolina gold, right? Y'all know she didn't.
When I was telling you, she misheard.
That's why I said that's what you get. Because she over here whispering, so she said the wrong answer. Right. So now let's all say it. Carolina gold. Right. Very specific type of rice. Carolina gold rice. So we now have returned to being able to grow Carolina gold rice here in more than just demonstration gardens as well. So we have a Gullah Geechee owned company that's down in, we call them Levy, all right, that is growing Carolina gold rice, okay? So not only for the color of it, but it brought in tons of money as well. And Georgetown County, South Carolina grew the most Carolina gold rice of any of what we would now say are the counties of South Carolina ever. Now, 1 more to go. What's the last one? 3 cash crops. This one was? Sea Island cotton. This one was?
Carolina gold rice.
And what's the 3rd one?
Indigo.
Yes. Indigo. Indigo. So, anybody went, yep. So, any of you who have on blue jeans, that's indigo. It used to be real indigo. Now they just use synthetic dye. Okay? So indigo grows as a plant. What I did last year is for my exhibit that y'all see here, that I created, I decided to actually take some real indigo and just dye real cotton. So this cotton that is on here was grew in Hampton County, South Carolina. All right? But this is, you see how that looks? How fluffy? And then when you pull it, don't just come out, see it keep coming. See how long it is? That's long grain, fine cotton. So you have this Sea Island cotton, and I blended it with the indigo because we use these to educate people during the celebration on St. Helena Island about the 3 cash crops, which are
Cotton gold rice, Carolina gold rice, and indigo.
Excellent, students. Give yourselves a round of applause. Y'all might be able to get candy after class. So now, it is interesting because my mother is here with me tonight. And she grew, I mean her dad, now she didn't grow, she would have never. Her dad grew cotton. And every time I would mention to her, oh, I went this place and picked cotton, I went this place to go look at cotton, she would give these knots in her face. Like, what you gonna do that? Like, you know, because she picked so much, she was like, I I was glad when the boll weevil came. So, she didn't want to pick no cotton, she didn't see no cotton. But it was ironic that when I told her I was going to get that cotton last year, I just knew she was going to say, well, you go. Yeah. But she was like, what time you leaving? I'll ride with you. So as long as she didn't have to go in the field, it was all right. Okay. But so, when we sit here today, together, and we look around, almost everybody has on cotton, whether we can see it or not. So, for me, whenever people stop, I say, think about what it took to get what you're wearing put on. Think about whose hands bled. Because the inner part of the cotton is what's soft, not the outside. The cotton boll is hard. It protects that inner part. It was soft. And our circle is supposed to be that. It is supposed to be that place where when we are in it, we're protected. You see? That means that whatever else is on the inside of you should be able to be shared. And you should be all right. It should never be something that then is thrown out there somewhere else or spun around to be something negative, but something that we can use together to lift each other up. So even when people were shouting, and I said, Lord, I've been praying for y'all. When I started off shouting, I said, these people don't know how to shout. The people wouldn't clap with me. Y'all had the sister, she was ready to clap. She wasn't sure should she clap. She started beating up. I'm like, this is what, I'm like, no, your hands are supposed to come. And then two more people were, oh, okay. And meanwhile, they over here having a ball. They holding on to the walker doing the foot. At least y'all ain't had no walkers and act like I needed to give y'all some. I'm like, why their hands can't work? You see? But this is scripture. Brother Geechee. Because that sound, that polymer is the drum head. It's that sound of fruit. So they put all those hands together to call each other together into the praise house, into the bush, into Russia, into freedom. That sound, we would hear it and we would come together, not be repelled or go the other way. So when I saw these elders here, come on in, they look like, oh yeah, ready now, let's go, we're in the right place. I said, them the kind of people I need to hang out with. The rest of y'all, I've been leaving this library. We could have gone somewhere up the road. Okay? Because they had the energy that would carry you through. Sometimes you don't think you can make it. You want a circle who got enough energy in it that'll carry you through. And that's what those shout circles about. We say ring shout. A ring shout ain't nothing to play with. But people are doing that. They're doing performance art. That's called ring play. That ain't no shouting. Shouting you don't ain't on schedule. You don't put on no program, we gonna line the hymn and then take collection and then the shouting. That walk out that building. Walk right on out because they storytelling before God right there. Because God has to bring the spirit in that space to then invoke and evoke shouting. That's real ring shouting. Ain't a soul I ever seen in my life come church unless they work in the kitchen with the apron on. We don't go around with no apron on for no shouting and all of that. And we don't all dress identically for no shouting and none of that. So I need y'all to stop with me. I love my folks who out there trying to show y'all a little bit of what it look like. But that is for you to just gain an education. But that's ring play at festivals. That's not a shout. Now you know at our festival, we didn't. Our shout could break out at any time. Some of them people be looking like they don't know where they come. What I don't know I supposed to do. You know, they like, oh, okay, we don't know what's going on. The people speaking different. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what to do. Just stand back. Something might hit you too. You getting the right energy of the circle. And so the thing is, I said tonight, I said every stitch of every aspect of our story somehow still always brings me back to cotton. It brings me back not only to my mama's mama and them sewing quilts, and my mother and I still doing that. Brings me all the way back to when I went to Kemet and could meet people there and brought clothing back made from Sea Island cotton. It brings me back to investments. When I look at the stock ticker on TV, one of the highest selling commodities is still Sea Island cotton in particular, because it is so fine, it is so unique, it is such a thing that the world held dear. Because who doesn't want the finest of garments, the finest of things? So why is it that the hands that were called black gold, the people attached to those hands, the people written of in journals called black gold, why don't we honor us? You see. So every year this time, I think it's not robbery to join other folk who think they can only celebrate black people in February. Because I'm not one of them. I celebrate us every day. Every day of the year. But this month, I'm so pleased to be able to be here in our region. Come on in the seat. Some right in here and some over here. Come on right there. Two right here. Come on, then you can come right here. So, it's a blessing to be here every time that they call me. They come somewhat inland for me because I live on the island. And so to come kind of inland, we come all through the backwoods this evening for Geechee. I done come so, and I first been coming here, I had MapQuest. So that used to send me Jacksonboro and have me turn and come in. Yeah. Then after a while, I had something else, and that thing used to send me 95, and I used to come. Well, this evening, the GPS said, well, honey, get on your numbers, because you know I don't play the numbers, but there's certain numbers I love. They was like, you getting on the street or street today? Get on that street today. Get on that street, yeah. And I said, okay. My mom said, we going this way? She said, well, you out there to get on 303? I said, oh, you want to drive? She sounded like she knew where she going. I said, that's what this thing said, and that's what we about to do. And sure enough, I came all through people's backyard over here. And the kitty cat got scared, running off the porch. I'm, no, kitty, go back. Got me waving. Somebody got the Kool-Aid man in the yard. I said, look at the Kool-Aid man. I said, I'm going to have to try this again. I ain't never been through all these streets saying Walterboro, the borough. After some 25 years, for 25 years straight, I came to Walterboro to present. And the majority of the presentations were in this building, in this institution. So coming back here tonight is a reunion for me. It's a blessing. Like that song said, I don't know what you come to do, right? Yeah. Yes. But I came to lift my voice, all right? I came to clap my hands. I came to stomp my feet. Come on, y'all act like you know something about that. I come to shout for peace. Because it was a shouting time for me when they said, Queen Quet, it's been too long. Because they know I retired when Sister Sheila retired. I said, you retired, I'm retired. She said, but you know I can leave your information with them. I said, you ain't got to leave nothing. No, I ain't got nothing. Oh. That's good. Y'all start falling off. Y'all start not showing up. Y'all are show up 2 and 3 people instead of 25 and 50 people. I remember the first time I came here, they didn't have me in this room. You remember that? Yeah, in the other room. The very first time, they put me in the room where all the books are, literally between the stacks. So half this space, they just figure whatever because she'd be there, she could do a little story time. Them people was almost standing on them stacks. They were in between them. They was all over every chair. They were like, oh, we didn't know all these people were coming. And I was like, well, thank God they did, right? Yeah. You know, and every year, folks would bring buses off from St. George and all kinds of places. I've done morning programs, I've done afternoon programs, I've done evening programs. The evening program, the sorors came out and brought food. Y'all didn't bring no food tonight? I thought the church mamas was going to say, yeah, Queen, you got them in the other room. Y'all did that? See, y'all ain't right. Especially you. You know, I know you see that you ain't right. I thought you were going to tell me, no, Queen, we got the barbecue, we got some red rice or something. See, you ain't right. I going to pray for you. That's a girl right there. But yeah, so they had the spread that night and everything. So I have had some fun times here, you know, and the reading programs and everything, and even in 2020, we reversed and we did a video. I actually streamed live that night, reading from St. Helena to here, and people love being able to share that still with their families. And so it is a blessing and an honor to ever be invited back to a place twice, much less 26 at least times I've been invited to this building. But it has been a blessing, and I truly appreciate all the staff for taking the time to put everything together, to advertise it. When I walked in the building, I looked at my face in the front door. I walked to the counter, I looked at my face on the counter. I walked in the room, I said, who that lady on the wall? They said, what that is? Y'all tell me what that is. They said, we don't know. You want to tell her? And she said, oh, it's a lady, some lady named Queen Quet. And we just laughed. But it's a blessing, because with all the places I go in the world, I don't necessarily get that greeting. You get there and the people say, who are you? I'm like, who am I? Do you want to look outside on the marquee? That's me. Did you know I was coming? You know? So I always feel good when I walk in. I'm like, oh Lord, they didn't know I was coming. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. So I know y'all know it was coming, and as they say in the church, that y'all thought it not robbery to celebrate Black History Month with me and with we who be Gullah Geechee. I appreciate it, because you could have done anything else, been anywhere else, and I appreciate you.